secret tricks every police officer uses. Sirens have different modes for different situations. You might have heard the police vehicle siren wailing in different tones. But have you ever wondered why do they do so? That is because they have different modes for different situations. For example, on a long stretch of the road, the wail mode is used as it can be heard from a distance. The high-low mode can be used in different situations, but usually, it's reserved for heavy traffic situations. Patting your trunk isn't just a random gesture. You must have noticed how a police officer usually pat your trunk or tail light of the car when you pull over. This is because the officer leaves their fingerprints on your car. This gesture is helpful in a situation if something could have happened to the officer during the conversation. Another reason for them to tap the tail light is to startle the driver if in case he is hiding something in the back of the car. The tap will scare him and his movements will be noticed by the cops. Act first, talk later. In the US, if 911 receives a call that requires immediate attention, they will send out a SWAT team immediately, that will break down your door and pin everyone inside to the ground. The good thing about it is that all the possible threats will be eliminated, and the downside is that, if you have been pranked and someone called 911 to your address, then you'll be on your knees for no reason. The practice is called swatting. You are guilty until proven otherwise. When you are stopped by the police, keep your alibi ready, as that is what will save you. In some countries, you might be presumed innocent, but in most countries that is not the case. Even if you are presumed innocent by the country's law, the police deal with you differently. Especially when stopped during road traffic regulation. The thin blue line. This blue line serves as a symbol on the street which acts as a sign of brotherhood. It's a sign to all the members of the police that here's a supporter. The police are like a brotherhood who are there for each other, as their job is dangerous and they risk their lives daily. The thin blue line is a universal symbol that says, I'm here, I'm with you. The police off-duty can wear this symbol on their clothes, and if something happens around them, you know they'll be there. Cops and donuts aren't like PB&J. It is a common myth that cops and donuts are like PB&J, but that isn't true. So much so that cops even try to stay away from donut shops at all costs. The reason why this common belief even appeared has nothing to do with pastry but with coffee. Since officers work night shifts, they tend to drink more coffee to stay alert, and that's why take a small coffee break. A friendly chat is not what it seems. When you are pulled over by a cop, the first thing that comes to your mind is that maybe you have done something wrong. Well, it's often more friendly than that. The officer approaches you and asks a couple of friendly questions. These questions might relax you and make you feel safe. But the information you give might be used by the police at their ends. They care for each other. Now, since the police job is so dangerous and risky, their fellow mates stand up for each other. If one of them gets into trouble, others will try to get them out of there. Since the reputation of the entire police force is at stake, they sometimes have to make hard decisions, like to choose between a teammate's mishap or the entire law enforcement's reputation. They wear superhero belts. Well, have you seen how well-equipped Batman is? That's exactly how well-equipped police officers are. They'll have everything from handcuffs and a radio to a whole arsenal needed to take down criminals. It's not easy for a criminal to escape them, they eventually are caught. Most of what they do is paperwork. Apart from chasing criminals, they also do a lot of paperwork and filling. That part about them sounds a little boring though. A police officer's job seems exciting and thrilling, but that's not the case every time. Sometimes, all they do is file documents, compile reports, and so on.